really is about the restoration of citizenship for individuals with disabilities. There are three dimensions to it. The first one is at the personal level, and it can be transformational there, and it should be for people who did not have a real meaningful life before. The second one is at the organizational level, I guess. It's kind of the structural changes that need to take place with regard to the state system, the funding, and all the rest of it. And then the third dimension that people don't talk about very much, but you'll see it in the principles. Self-determination around the world is a political movement for freedom. And it's an element of this that we don't want to lose. But the most important part of it, assuming we get the organizational stuff done correctly to make it easy for people, is to let people either get a real life back if they've lost it, and we're doing that now a lot more in mental health and moving into the field of aging as well as developmental disabilities. And if they have not, because of disability, had support and really had the ability to have the same aspirations as any other citizen, then that's what self-determination is all about for them, right? And one of the things we find for people who have been served in the system for a long time is that they may not have any ambition. And you realize how oppressive the old system really is, that it keeps people from having aspirations, as if we've essentially denied them equality, is what it comes down to. So we want to change all that, and on those three levels, I think we have to understand what self-determination means. We think we could revolutionize long-term care if we focused on four areas, and they're what we call universal human aspirations. Everybody who's a citizen, as they grow up and become an adult, has the right and seeks a place to call home where they control the front door. That's an ordinary aspiration. The second one is people are active in their communities, not just physically, but in the form of membership and contribution. And that's an important element where people do have aspirations, but frequently have no control over transportation or anything else, and are not really members of their community in terms of membership. The third one is the notion that everybody wants long-term relationships, including intimate relationships. And I think self-determination is about encouraging people and giving them the support and the opportunity to do that. The other area of aspiration that we think is so important is to address what I call the forced impoverishment of individuals. Getting people into the workforce or starting a very tiny business called a micro-enterprise. And what's interesting about it is that once you change your planning and people are able to make purchases towards those goals, then those aspirations that are personal to the individual rise to the surface, and they think now, they can do what they always wanted to do. It's a different environment entirely. We need a better sense of urgency because people's lives are being lost. And if you think about the number of people in self-determination versus those who are not, we have a long, long ways to go.